Time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk. Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports. Two Men On, with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sport.
It's Friday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? Well, that means the boys are at SafeHouse Distilling. Let's go. We're hanging out at the intersection of 6th and Gold. Come hang out with your boys.
Closer to 7th.
7th and Gold-ish.
It's right in between
it's like
there.
in the middle. It's like
Park on 7th and Gold. Walk towards 6th. Can't miss it.
It's like it's like your cousin that doesn't know who to vote for. It's in the middle. Oh, I put you down trying to put the other one down. So
Whoopsie daisy.
I apologize.
Hi.
All right, so we're back at it. It is a fun Friday show for us. We got a big weekend. I'm going to be at the Duke City Marathon Health Fest tomorrow at the Crown Plaza in the morning. That's going to be a lot of fun. Come hang out with me. If you'd like to hang out with me, Isaiah Johnson is broadcasting high school football. Van and I are then in the afternoon headed over to Fall Fest at the Rio Rancho Event Center, where we are going to not broadcast, but host and entertain Minnie. You know, I worked in a free meal into our contract over there, Van.
Mm-hmm.
So carny food for you.
Turkey legs, baby. Let's go. It's been 15 years since I had turkey legs, so why not tomorrow?
I had one at the state fair.
I feel like a real man when you walk around holding a turkey leg.
Like with the little foil bottom.
Little foil bottom and little wax paper wrapped around your hand, dripping turkey meat onto your wrist.
A turkey juice.
No, meat too. It just falls off the bone there.
A turkey juice.
Hito Turkaloo.
Nice.
Steve Turkle.
Well, that's a good one.
President of Turkmenistan.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Young Turks.
Dang it. All right, super good one.
Caicos.
Turks and Caicos.
Okay,
there we go. Boom.
Was one. Isaiah, turn your mic up just a little bit if you can. Okay, so we're at SafeHouse. It's the one. Baseball game has already started, Van. It's already started. Best baseball games yesterday were about as good as baseball games could have been. Mets are currently up 3-1 over the Dodgers, and it's about to be a series, which is kind of crazy. Just kidding, it's too early. But they did put 3 on the board in the first inning. Dodgers have answered with 1. That was in the second. We're in the middle of the third, and if it's a Friday and you claim to be a Dodgers fan and you didn't take off early to watch your team, you're not a fan.
I mean, there's a lot of people watching it right in their palm right now on some streaming service, whichever one it is today, because I get them confused because there's so many.
I feel like that ruins sports.
Watching them tiny?
Yeah.
It's like you're in the cheap seats. Instead of getting the nosebleeds up there with the cheap beer, just like you're up there holding your phone. It's like you're watching it from afar.
We were at Sadie's on 4th last night after the show, having a little dinner, listening to a little live music, hanging out on the patio. And then baseball game was on the TVs. We had the football game on the strike that, reverse it. Football game was on the TVs. We had the baseball on the laptop. And then we were watching extra innings baseball.
Yeah.
And we were watching the Cleveland Commanders. And they were batting against the Yankee Doodles. And it's the bottom of the whatever. And I said it at the beginning of the show yesterday. I said, well, why are you sitting Fry? I said, Fry's your all-star.
You did.
I said, Fry's your guy. And by the way,
after the other guy also hit a dong and got 2 ribbies. So
two-run dinger.
DH slot putting in some work yesterday.
And I said at the end of the show yesterday, this is the one. This is the one that's going to make sure everyone knows the playoffs is here. There's going to be a late inning comeback. There's going to be a back-and-forth deal. I said, I believe it'll be the Yankees and extras. If it goes to extras, if not, obviously that wasn't 100% accurate on my part. But Fry comes in. He came in one at bat earlier and ended up, I think, 2 for 2 for the night or whatever. But he hits a walk-off dingy boy that is as iconic as one you will ever see in the postseason. If the Cleveland Commanders come back and make this a thing, if the Cleveland Commanders end up in a position where they are doing to the Yankees what the Yankees have had done to them before, if they end up being those guys, it all started with this. and we were watching it at a Sadie's dinner table, and the 5-6 of us in our group erupted right in the middle of Country Roads by whoever was singing on the patio, Randy, and it was a banger.
Randy the guitar man got interrupted a lot in the last couple innings of that baseball game. That thing was about as good as a baseball game could be. And look, I don't know how many people are in Cleveland baseball team stadium. 45,000, I think. Is it 44 there?
Oh, in the playoffs, I would say for real number.
Extended.
Yeah, SRO 48.
Sure, 48, close to 50. I don't know how many people in Cleveland have jobs. I heard it's not great right now.
No, they struggle.
But a lot of people called in to work the next day because you got to go out and celebrate crazy after a game like that. They went absolutely bonkers.
What do you mean called out yesterday? You called it today, too. Like, they play at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, 6 here. What's that there? 7?
Yeah. You got to go right back.
You got a pregame.
Take a nap, go straight to the tailgate.
I wouldn't even pay to park twice. I would leave my car there.
Uh-huh.
I would stay in my car.
Yeah, I mean, if the wheels are still there, then that's awesome.
That's the thing. When you go to ballparks in major cities, a lot of signs: do not leave your firearm in your car.
Yeah.
No, it will disappear.
Or do not leave your wheels on your car because we'll take them.
What?
Mm-hmm. Do you know where Major League Baseball stadiums are?
Now hold on.
Yeah.
I know their proximity.
Yeah.
I know their proximity to strip clubs. And
yes,
the city is not putting up a sign that says "We will take your wheels."
Well, they will take your wheels.
Who is they? Is this are you doing a Trump thing?
Yeah, we are.
You about to hit me with a Trump thing?
Uh-huh.
Look, people, don't park your car at ballparks downtown. Wheels will be adios.
When Stanton hit that home run after Judge hit that home run, nothing about that felt like a Commander's opportunity for a win. Nothing about it.
You did call the comeback, even though Cleveland had one of their own.
Don't call it a comeback.
I'm disappointed in Cleveland's bullpen. They've been shut down all year. The best in baseball all year. Emmanuel Clase has been the best pitcher in baseball all year, and he's been getting shelled in the playoffs. He gave up 2 home runs in 74 innings in the whole season. He's given up 3 already in 4 outings.
Will you help me with a name real quick? Johanskinski?
Oh, yeah.
Will you help me with a name real quick?
Johnny.
Johnny.
John
Kinski?
Do you think I'm going to try that one?
Johankinski?
Jahonkin, a huge-ass homer in the bottom of the ninth.
2-run dinger, tie the game, go to extras. So good. In Cleveland does a thing where, for some reason, the lights are off there all the time at the stadium.
Everybody does that now.
It's so
that
cool.
That used to be super cool when it started. Now it's cliche. Everyone does it. It's each ballpark should have their own unique thing. I'm going to turn the lights off and on again. Jim upstairs is going to spill his beer on the concourse. Nancy's going to trip over somebody and drop her nachos because she's walking around in the dark.
All right, well, now
Get your own unique celebration.
What kind of celebration?
Not every stadium turns the lights on and off now. Every time a stadium scores a touchdown, they turn the lights on and off. You trying to save on your electric bill isn't a cool celebration, stadiums.
You should have a stadium that does only flash photography.
Yes. Check in your cell phone.
Mm-hmm. That's the
Yeah.
one.
Check your cell phone when you come into the stadium.
If you did a thing where you partner with a whatever, the Nelly Institute of Art, and then if you do a thing, the EI Institute, if you do a thing where your fans show up and you give them disposable cameras with flashes, and then at the end they drop them in buckets or whatever on the way out, and then you get them all developed as a team. Now you're going to end up with a lot of weird picks. Okay?
Yeah.
The person doing it has to have a constitution.
There's going to be a lot of nugget pouch in there.
There's going to be where they hold their gold nuggets.
Yes, for sure.
For the prospectors.
Yeah, a little basket of tendies. Those kind of nuggets.
You're saying this is
just going to let Frank gloss over EI Institute? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
The Entertainment Institute. You're not familiar? Go ahead and Google that bad boy. Nelly ran it in St. Louis for a lot of years.
Andale, mama.
The Entertainment Institute was right downtown. It ended up being kind of a money launderer, but whatever. It's not the conversation for right now.
Yeah, duh. Come on.
You go in there and learn reel to reel. And then you're like, this is not going to exist tomorrow.
Sure.
I say it's what's reel to reel? No one does it. No one does reel to reel, brother.
You learn how to develop disposable cameras that somebody gave to you at the ballpark. Is that what they taught?
That's a cool promo night.
That is a cool promo night.
You get who makes those? Kodak.
There's going to be so much taint and nip and armpit and inner ear shots on that camera. There's not going to be a single picture of baseball on those cameras. What are you talking about?
I like how you're so clever with your verbiage until it comes to certain topics. Like you don't have like the artistry to come up with better verbiage.
What do you mean? Like
give me
huff?
give me some sort of interpretation of like undercarriage. Like give me something that's stronger than what you do deliberately.
The fruit basket.
That's close. Better.
Okay.
Better start.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's. I mean, there's a theater to this thing that you're just ignoring.
The old sweat lodge.
Yes. Keep going.
The Turkish bathhouse.
All of the Turk. Okay, I like that.
Back to Turk.
Yeah,
Let's
all
go.
of these things work. See how much better that was than the laziness you just put into that? Whenever we're talking about photos of areas of individuals that you don't want to see, don't give me the low-hanging fruit basket.
Not the Panama Canal?
That's better.
Okay.
Also, if that's a large segment of your population, Panamanians at your games, I like that the game is spread internationally. Spread.
Mm-hmm. It's a big spread.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's like Thanksgiving Day.
A lot of baseball tonight. Live chat's going crazy. Don't talk to me about college football on Friday nights. I'm going to be that guy. I don't like it.
Is there a game?
I don't like it. I'm not.
Let the kids have their day.
I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? I got to watch Purdue, Oregon tonight. It's got to be my thing.
Purdue still has a football team? That's cool.
I'm not trying to watch Purdue, Oregon on a Friday night.
Purdue's got a little bit of Pittsburgh Steeler in them.
The color scheme, yeah, they have similar jerseys.
Kind of, yeah. But they're always just a little relevant. They're never just terrible. They always find a way to.
They're 1-5, brother.
That's terrible.
This is the first time in a while. That is definitely terrible. Let me see who they've played. Maybe they've had like a UNM type of early schedule.
What, like Montana State? Blown out by, barely lost to Illinois, blown out by Wisconsin, blown out by Nebraska, blown out by Oregon State, super blown out by Notre Dame, and they put it on Indiana State 49-0 to start the year. They're not the business.
Dang, should have scheduled them against the Lobos. That's a winnable game.
Yeah, they'd have had that one. That'd have been one for them.
Oh,
Quit taking the attention off these high school kids.
Yeah.
Let Friday nights matter. You know what I mean?
Their own thing.
I guess none of these kids that are going to these colleges are going to go to Purdue because, hey, my auntie was supposed to come into town, but she's a Purdue alum. So now I'm not going to Purdue because you hurt my little feelers on Friday night. And then because no one was there to watch the game, the cheerleader broke up with me. And then the cheerleader broke up with me. I got depressed and my grades slipped. And then after that, it was all downhill. No thanks, Purdue.
Listen to this. The last reported enrollment, so this is 2023, 52,000 kids at Purdue. That's too many.
That's too many.
You're going to tell me you can give enough of attention to individual student when there's 52,000 of them? I almost think colleges might only be in it to make money, Van.
I'm writing this down. Hold on.
This is wild to me.
Hey, of course you can give attention to all these students and student athletes at Purdue. It's in Indiana. They're not doing anything else. What, are you going to go to Ohio and ride a roller coaster?
Usually if you're a student at Purdue, I presume that you've had exceptional grades in high school. So hopefully you have the ability to keep your head above water. Now,
hold on. Is Purdue supposed to be a good school?
Their engineering school,
is this a thing?
Their engineering thing is prestigious.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're not the easiest school to get into.
Also, Isaiah's just worked himself into a corner. I'm going to give him a chance to get out of this. Now, Isaiah, are you aware that only 12% minority domestic students are part of the enrollment at Purdue? Did you know that?
Well, I'm thinking always through an athletic mindset, and I would imagine their team's probably 80% minority, maybe 70.
So 100% of the 12%.
Yes, are athletes.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, got it, Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
I would bet, all jokes aside, I would bet 65 to 70% were involved in athletics. Yes.
Of the 12%.
Yes, a minority going to
Domestic.
Purdue.
We're not talking of the 135 plus countries represented at Purdue.
Do I understand we're talking about college athletes, but again, we're also talking about Indiana.
Isaiah's like, no, dude. I swear, dude, that row team is all from the hood.
Well, I actually, Purdue sent me back in JUCO. They sent me a little like recruiting letter because I went to one of their camps. Me and my roommate did, and I ended up getting surgery. But he got an offer to Purdue the year after, so I went there for the visit, and it was pretty cool. We went to one of the football games, and it was pretty diverse, you could say.
Yeah, 12%. I just gave you the numbers. I looked at them on their website.
When you're involved in athletics,
I'm looking at their.
Did you go to the lacrosse match?
Yeah, how was the lacrosse?
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, how was women's soccer?
How diverse was the swim team?
Right, here's real. I have a real thing here. Baseball, no way there are any brothers on the baseball team. No way.
Well, actually, I had a friend from high school. He played on my football team. His name's Miles Symington, and he plays. I think it's AA or AAA right now. But he went to Purdue.
Was he just out there stealing bases?
He was. I know he was a good base stealer, but I think he was hitting bombs.
All right,
he's a good outfielder as well.
So I just pulled up the roster for the Purdue baseball team. Of the what looks to be 50-ish student athletes, there's 56.
Jeez, on a baseball team?
Yeah, well, you know how it is.
No
baseball players get college scholarships. I want to be very clear on that. And also, listen to me here, friend of the show. Your kid is not going to get a baseball scholarship. They're going to get to play baseball, and they're going to have an academic thing.
Yeah,
it's going to be split into some other stuff.
Yeah,
but no one gets a full ride baseball scholarship.
Some do, like the best of the best. They got to peel a couple off, throw it at them.
You know where
the overwhelming majority is like.
You
got good grades, right, Isaiah? Oh, awesome. Come on, we'll give you an academic scholarship. Get on over here. Play some baseball.
All right. Men's and women's basketball for sure. Cross country, traditionally, not Americans. Just going to say it. Like, that's going to be from overseas.
Yeah.
Okay. Football for sure. Men's golf 0. Women's golf 0. Soccer is going to be very limited. Very.
Also, very foreign also.
Yep. Softball is going to be limited.
Right.
Men's swimming and diving. Isaiah, did any of your Chicago friends go to Purdue for
tell me all about that.
men's swimming and diving?
Give me a Finding Forrester story about the swim team.
Women's swim and dive, no. Men's tennis, probably one or two. Probably a couple. Women's tennis, probably a couple. Track and field, the whole thing.
Well, I mean, not long distance running.
Again,
no.
Again. They're also the cross country guys. They get some percent here and some percent there.
Yep.
And then they also take summer school because they're trying to get away from Purdue.
Sure.
And go back to their homes with their engineering degrees and help their people. Volleyball, wrestling, and I don't know what Spirit Squad is, but I'll go ahead and click on it for the fun of it. And it is oh my God, I've never seen
fan club-ish.
If you click on Spirit Squad, you've never seen so many Midwestern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had an idea.
This looks like the preppy school and Bring It On.
Are they painting their stomachs with letters from the name of the team? And
no,
stuff like that?
They have nice at least upper body coverage, but they would definitely say, "Burr, it's cold in here. There must be some boilers in the atmosphere."
Did you get to hang out with the Spirit Squad when you were on your visit, Zay? Was that like one of the selling points?
A couple of them you'd fall in love with real quick.
Now, hold on. You didn't scroll down far enough, Fred.
All right.
We got a Lalea and a Trinity.
I'm just looking at the team photo because that's all I got.
But, yeah.
Hey, so here's
2 out of 40?
The point I'm trying to get to is it's going to be 75-0 tonight in this Oregon-Purdue game.
Yeah.
And college football needs to figure that out. Don't give that to me. Don't put that on my TV. I think it's on Fox, brother.
Like, tell me it's a scheduling conflict. Like, tell me it's because, like, some storm is coming on Saturday that we're going to move it to Friday.
Purdue shouldn't be one. I mean, I don't think if I was to go look at their schedule, I would guarantee this is the first time there was something this bad in years. So Oregon was supposed to win this game for sure, but I don't think it was supposed to be a 1-5 type of deal.
I don't think it bothers either team. Because Purdue's going to get paid, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're in division now.
No, they haven't. Yeah, this is a division game.
Yeah.
It's all Big Ten stuff. Poor Oregon. They're like, remember when everyone just saw us play Ohio State and it was awesome?
Well, now this is like Thursday night football. Like hardcore college football junkie is going to watch just because it's the only one on.
It's on Fox. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not getting Major League Baseball on Fox. You're getting
The Fox Games is on right now.
this. I got a problem with it. When we get back from the break, we continue down.
In the span of our first segment, the New York Mets have scored 5 runs. It's 8-1 Metropolitans right now.
From the live
End of
chat,
the third.
From the live chat, it's going to be a bloodbath in Purdue. Oregon's going to beat the stuff out of them. Tonight's game at Citi Field will replicate the game last night. Quote, the mistake by the lake. Oh, is that a name?
Yo.
That's the name of the game? Who named the game that name?
I didn't check.
I was
I
super
didn't
into
ask.
it. All
I
right.
didn't even ask.
Well, there's a ton of it going on. Whenever we get back from the break, we can continue down the world of sports and sports-adjacent content, including Smoking Gun Joe Cutler. What's his name? Jay?
Smoking Jay Cutler.
Smoking Gun Jay Cutler.
Mm-hmm.
So, because he's messing up. Is that really even
Not a
relevant
great
thing?
night.
It's not a relevant thing.
I mean, also, innocent until proven guilty. But, okay.
It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Brought to you by the Sandoval County Bureau of Elections.
It's easy.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Minute On, where Isaiah could adjust his camera to put any of himself on or the live stream, facebook.com/talkabq.
I don't say you got them sleeves off today, baby.
We
Show
couldn't
them
even tell you're
guns.
just showing a hood.
Why are you just showing shoulders and face, baby?
You better get used to the
Come
camera.
flex on them.
I don't like to come off as conceited or cocky or anything, so I like to.
You should not.
That's your whole personality.
Yeah,
what are you
that's-
talking
stop
about?
It. I could have gone to Purdue.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Isaiah needs to get.
Drew Brees sent me an email.
Yeah. don't know if you guys know.
I knew Zach Eady personally.
What's the one in Indianapolis? Indiana Purdue University of Indianapolis.
Whatever.
IDP UDPI or whatever.
Oh, are you ready?
All right, so Isaiah, you got to get used to cameras because tomorrow you're broadcasting your very first high school football game ever. All right, who's the game tomorrow, Isaiah? Who are you calling?
Robertson at Hope, and it's on camera, huh? That's breaking news. Okay.
Okay.
I thought I had a cool little.
That's game vision, brother. You're doing the whole thing. Yeah, this is
Okay.
you're working with Pro B Networks and Game Vision. They do a heck of a job producing high school athletics. It's the deal. All right, so
so wear sleeves tomorrow.
yeah, wear sleeves.
Yeah.
Be ready.
Possibly something with buttons.
All right, so it's time for us to. We're going to quiz you on this. Okay, so you said Robertson and who? Google Christian.
At Hope Christian, yes.
At Hope Christian. All right, first of all, do you know the
Did you
address
Google
of
Hope Christian?
I did. I Googled it already, but I also have the address or I have the name of the field. So I think that's about all I need.
All right, it's off
Okay.
Paseo del Norte. Just heads up.
Oh, it's in Albuquerque?
Yes, Community Stadium.
Okay.
Oh no, Community Stadium's a different place. Okay, so you're headed out to Community Stadium. That's the nicest one.
Okay.
That's the nicest one. So they got a good press box up there. Now, we're not going to ask you about the team.
I mean, they're all nice. That one's probably got the nicest press box.
It's got the nicest one.
Yeah.
All right, so we're not going to ask you about the Robertson quarterback. We're not going to ask you about the head coach of Hope. Like, those aren't our questions. Our questions are, what snacks are you bringing to the broadcast booth?
Very important.
Like, you have to be up there for several hours. Like, how are you going to sustain?
I'll bring some Ritz crackers with peanut butter.
Oh, gonna fog up the mouth. That's a stupid move.
No, they're gonna dry you out, dude.
That's a rook move, dude.
Come
You don't know what
on.
you're doing. You got to be
Something
talking the whole
with
time.
juice.
You're describing the game,
You need
brother.
liquid. You can't dry
Yeah,
yourself out.
You know what I think I'm going to have, Van? A whole pack of saltines. I think
First down, Hope.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the high school game of the week on Game Vision. Isaiah Draw. Just call me Zay. Call me Zay, the football. Hey. No, don't eat Ritz crackers, fool. You need to get something that's going to bring you to life, brother. You got to get something that's going to get you up. Now, also, do you have a bottle of chloroseptic spray?
Chloroseptic? No.
Okay, go ahead and Google that.
Yeah.
So you're going to get.
I do know what that.
You got to coat it. Coat it.
Yep, you're going to have to coat it. You got to numb that thing.
I've had strep in a little while, so I don't know where that little bottle is. It might be somewhere in the closet.
Okay, or at the Walgreens. Go ahead and get one that's not expired. Go ahead and get one that's safe or whatever. All right, so the game. What time's the game time?
11 a.m.
All right, that's a tough one because
Ooh,
the fall weather.
You usually
here.
wake up after that.
Yeah,
That's going to be weird for
you.
you.
Do sleep in a lot, so that's going to slow you down too. All right, so it's going to be cold when you get there. It's going to heat up while you're there. Do you have? Are you going layers? Like, what's your vision?
So now that I know it's on camera, I've the past 5 minutes I've been cycling through the options of things I can wear. So that's to be continued, but I think it'll be shortly figured out.
All right, now we're going to put you on the spot, okay? I'm the producer at Pro V Networks, bringing the Game Vision High School Game of the Week, okay? And we're going to count you down to the broadcast, okay? Do you have your opener ready? Are you ready? All right, Isaiah, we're going live in 5. All right, we're turning the cameras on 4, 3.
This broadcast is brought to you by Yeller Sub.
We're going straight to the commercial?
Yeah, we're just going with dry reads right
Oh,
over.
man.
See the sheet I have, it has the sponsorships, it has my outro to break, it has my the Yeller Sub, it has obviously the sponsor that's sponsoring the broadcast.
Okay.
And then I have the Medrano.
You should
Gotta
probably
clarify.
Yeah, you
clarify
better have that
for
one
sure.
right. It's the money.
I just printed this off, not too long ago. So we're this is all a progress that will be complete when
Now,
it needs to be.
You don't think you want to pay homage to your radio daddy, me, and hit them with the hi and hello and welcome to beautiful and historic Community Stadium, where today the visiting whatevers of Robertson are taking on the hosting somethings of Hope Christian. I, of course, am Fred Soul, alongside me, the broadcast team of Pro V Networks, and we're excited to bring you a smash up football on a Saturday. RIP Purdue last night. Let's get to the action. You don't want to do them with that one? You don't want to do them with that one?
Good morning, Albuquerque. It's game day.
Oh, that's the one. That's the
there
one.
you go, Zay.
Yeah.
Got to bring the heat from the beginning, brother. Come on.
It's time to play the game.
Now,
And then mention Yeller Sub.
yeah, then Yeller Sub.
By the way,
Yeah.
Yeller Sub, you're welcome.
Yeah,
You worked your way into
come
the
out to the
program.
show.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Now
Let's hang out.
you went to college in Las Vegas, New Mexico, where Robertson is. So you're going to do this one. Or are you going to go? And for all the fans in Las Vegas tuning in to watch their little brothers, I miss you, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to say that to the ladies up there in Las Vegas?
I'm going to emphasize. Well, maybe not the ladies. We're going to refer to them,
Oh,
but I did
okay.
plan on emphasizing how happy I'm sure Las Vegas is to have an 8-0 football team. Robertson's 8-0.
They played 8
ranked-
games already?
Hitting us with the stats.
Did they start in March?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not
Yeah.
8-man football? Are you reading the wrong stat?
Dang.
Oh no, I've been keeping track of them for a while, and they've been dominating. They almost lost to West Las Vegas though, but of course that's a rivalry game. Those two teams are going to know each other very well. Las Vegas, New Mexico is about the size of.
Only one Dairy Queen, man. Man, there's only one Dairy Queen.
Zay, do you expect some text messages during the broadcast from the girls you left in Las Vegas?
That's a good
Like
question.
the old Tinder matches that you didn't erase out of your phone?
The
Like,
ones where you said, "Hey, I
is
actually
that gonna be distracting to
Sorry,
you for your
gal.
broadcast?
I'm back in Chicago. It's not going to work out." Like, do you think they're going to figure you out as a liar?
See, as fellow professionals, I think you guys would know. I had my mileage set maxed out, so my matches were here in Albuquerque. So that's where all of my traction will be coming from. No Vegas ones.
Okay, same question, but Albuquerque.
Zay, I haven't talked to you in like 6 months, but I heard you on the radio.
It was awesome. All right, now what about this?
You're
one?
like for real famous, Zay.
I can't believe that Fred has helped you so much.
What do you think? Lunch Monday at Yeller Sub? Or...
Yeah. I know you're like friends with them. We could do it. That's what they all sounded like that dated Zay. All right, now follow-up question here. The head coach for Robertson, his name is Leroy Gonzalez.
Mr. Robertson. Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, the Cardinals. Man,
Okay.
The Cardinals.
You don't name the team after the coach anymore?
No,
Oh.
no, they haven't done that since Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the last team to do that. All right, so his name is Leroy Gonzalez. Now, Isaiah, tell me and Van if this reference is too dated for you to understand. And head
Okay.
coach for the Robertson High School Cardinals is Leroy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Does that one still track or does that not track?
I think it'll track, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can, redo it as well as you just did.
Well-
it. So I might stand my
Well, you
lane.
make it your own.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna,
okay. That
you
makes
are
sense.
not going to be the best play-by-play announcer, but you could be the most entertaining.
Mm,
And that's
the
what
one.
we're saying. You got to go for that. Like,
Mm.
and also I've seen you do simple math. You're not going to get the yardage right. You're not going to get the down and distance. Like, these are not going to be your strengths. Your strengths are going to be broadcast into the culture.
Yeah, don't try to say 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
Ah,
It's just 3rd and short.
yeah,
Okay, just 3rd and short.
100%. It's
3rd and short.
good note, man.
If you want me to be honest, I even just watching football, I think I'm always really accurate with those types of things.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like
with that
whether
yellow lines on
down
the
or
screen.
not.
Brought to you by
Well,
Yeller
no,
Sub.
not even, just seeing if it's even if it's just like a 3rd and 3 instead of a 3rd and 5. Like I've always been good at things like that, or I've been able to tell if a player's hurt or if he's babying an injury. I can tell
because you're
if
not
he's
worried
line or
about the
line.
hold up. That's because you're not worried about the broadcast. There, you're just paying attention to him. Now that player's not even alive to you. Now that like once they go down on the field, you got to look for the number of the guy coming in. Like there's a whole different layer to this thing. Also, we're not trying to get into specifics, but Van and I would like to sponsor every first down. Okay, so so in the broadcast tomorrow, that's another Robertson first down brought to you by 2 Men On. You can hear them Monday through Friday, and the next play will have started by this point.
Write that down on your
Yeah.
notes right now. I don't see you. You're not holding a pen. Where's your pen?
Well, when I potted it, the show.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh gosh. So on a scale of 1st and 10, how nervous are you for your very first sports broadcast tomorrow?
I'm not nervous. One thing I've noticed about me when it comes to even the first radio show, when I filled in for the opening drive that one time, or even if when the connection went down at Tope Stadium about a month ago, I've never worried about the middle. It's more just the intros and the outros.
Mhm.
So basically, when you asked me to give my intro, that was the most on the spot question I could be asked out of the whole ordeal, is how I'm going to initially enter. But once I get past that part, I think it's going to be very, very natural, just because I've watched so many games, but not just watched. I listen. I know the cadence of the commentators. I know you don't just go the whole time. I know when to pause, and
Well, also, to be really fair, you've not been asked to host the opening drive again, so maybe it didn't go as well as you thought it did.
Well, Jeff's told me if I'm needed.
Symbieta, we use last names on the show. Jeff Symbieta.
Yes, Jeff Symbieta, opening drive. Yes, he's let me know that if needed, he'll give me that phone call to fill in for him or Jeff, JJ.
Okay,
if needed.
Yeah, JJ might also stand for Jeff. No one knows.
I also say nice things to appease people all the time. For sure.
That's the thing. Hey, Isaiah, you can totally fill in for me sometime. Wink, wink.
Here's Zay tomorrow. We got another first down for Robertson here. You know who doesn't get enough first downs? My Dallas Cowboys. Here's the problem with Jerry Jones. He's you're not even going to talk about the game. It's going to be Isaiah's Cowboy Corner for 2.5 hours.
Also, I don't even know this. Hope Christian doesn't call their student athletes fan. They call them the flock. So, yeah.
That's flocking awesome.
Yeah, it's a whole thing over there. Yeah. It's about the, what's that called? Whenever a bunch of people go, the clergy. What is it called? It's a.
Oh, okay.
What's that called, man? The fellowship. That's what they call them.
Okay, sure. I'm not going to tell them what to call themselves. My legal team's not as strong as the church.
Touche.
Yeah. One thing I will give it, I'll give it a swing, is maybe just once or twice. If I feel like I'm catching the rhythm of the play calling, I'll try to predict the play. If I hit it, I might try again. If I hit twice, I might just try a third time. And if I just predict 3 plays in a row,
you're not color. You're play-by-play. You go. Listen, you say this.
I'm both right.
Okay.
I'm the only guy.
There is no color in what you're doing. So you're this. Tell me where the quarterback is. Is he under center or is he in shotgun?
Boom.
Tell me how many wideouts there are and how many running backs there are. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
Make sure you hit on those things. So if it's like, here's an example, whoever the quarterback's name is, right? But Nunley lines up in the shotgun, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far, single blocker in the backfield, and there's the snap. That's all you got to hit. Those are all your pre. What's that?
You're just kind of waiting after the play. They're getting in their huddle, getting the play in.
There's no huddle in high school. The guy just calls it in from the sideline. And in high school, here's the end of every play. It's going to be the Nunley drops back, looks to his left, throws to his right, another incomplete pass, and this one's brought to you by Yeller Slip. That's the. Gonna be so many drop balls tomorrow. High school sports is the worst.
Not if I was a quarterback.
No, though. I think one thing I can really make a talking point, and I know it's at Hope, so I don't want to be like a Robertson
community
Hope.
is. Whatever. But yes, it's at Hope, but there's only 4 stadiums in the whole city or something. So.
Okay. If Robertson goes out there, just because I've lived in Las Vegas, New Mexico, I'm very prepared to evaluate them under that microscope. Wow, I give these guys a lot of props because I know the resources are not that exceptional, in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
So I know say that.
Yes.
That's
perfect. You roast them and compliment them at the same time. That's so smart.
Yeah. What these student athletes are going to do, talk about this a lot when they're at the skillet in their older age, celebrating the glory years. Is that what you're going to do, Isaiah?
Yes.
You going to hit with that?
Yeah. Lots of flashbacks.
Fernando Salinas.
It's going to be like my own little show in a way almost. But yeah, Nathan Gonzalez is the QB. And
the coach's son? You better find out. Find out if that's Leroy's son. That's number 1 on your list. In being at Las Vegas, strong pot. Everyone that has a Z in their last name up there. Just make sure. Just find out.
Also, show up early.
Be early.
Get the lay of the land.
A lot early.
Shake some hands. Test your equipment.
90 minutes early.
Don't trust anyone. Even though ProView Network's the best in the business.
Very good.
Run some tests.
That's what I'm saying. Find your spot in the park. Get a good parking spot.
Yep.
Listen to whatever Kanye song you have to listen to beforehand because you still can't get over that hump in your life. And then go up there. Snack. Oh, also restroom before. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Right before.
Especially or after the coffee for sure.
Don't drink
and I'm
tonight.
looking at the Nathan. Okay, no, I won't. So the Nathan Gonzalez, the QB, he's got an S at the end. The coach has a Z, but there are
Or
Gonzalez. There's 2 more Gonzalez's with a Z. So you got 2 Gonzalez with a Z.
Go down to the
2 with an
field
S.
before the game.
You don't
Meet
get-
the coaches.
You don't get the Z until you turn 18. It's S
Yeah. everyone
until you
knows
have
that.
like
Everyone knows
your
that.
your Manzanera, and then you get the Z. That's everybody knows that. It's culture here.
That's awesome, dude. When we get back from the break, we continue from SafeHouse Distilling. Also, Isaiah, thank you for letting us. We are excited for you
Sure.
to leave the show and become a sports broadcaster somewhere else. We're very excited.
Oh yeah.
Just yeah. Okay.
When we get back from the break, Isaiah Johnson gives us his touchdown call. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Hi and hello and welcome back to the show. It's 2 Men On. Baseball game's getting weird.
Jack Flaherty quit on his team. He doesn't want to win. He's not a winner.
Dang,
He
dude.
wants to go on vacation. He pitched lights out until today and just decided, you know what? You know how nice Cancun is right now? It's beautiful.
Working himself off that World Series roster, you think?
Looks like it.
Mets are up 9-2. What?
Excuse me. Let's make it 10-2 now.
Nuh-uh.
That is a thing that just happened.
Dang. Dang. Wasn't that the final yesterday? 10-2? But the opposite direction?
Went Oppo. There's still 5 innings left to score a bunch of more runs.
And you know how a Dodgers fan is. Like, they can't comprehend any of this.
Well, we didn't sweep and go straight to the World Series.
I can't believe this happened to my Dodgers. I've never even really heard of the Mets.
This isn't fair, bro. I just showed up on the 4th inning. Traffic was crazy.
Yeah.
On the 110, I just got here. We're down 10-2. It's in New York, but you know what I'm saying.
They drove down the 110 to wherever they're watching or where?
Yeah, sure. Dodger fans are always late to the game. It's embarrassing.
That is
It's
their
embarrassing
thing. Yeah.
for Dodger Blue. It's embarrassing for Los Angeles. It's embarrassing for Chinatown.
Part of that community.
They're right there. They're just right there. It's right
Yeah,
there.
I can't believe I was so late. The line at the Roscoe Chicken was ridiculous.
Bro, you know how long it took me to go home and change from my Tivas to my Flippies? Not enough to be this late.
I can't believe it took me so long to get here. I thought I saw the ghost of Nipsey Hussle.
Bruh, the traffic? Are you kidding me? They're like 17 Teslas. I thought they're supposed to drive automatic.
Oh, and then when I was going to get in mine and I hit the clicker, I couldn't figure out which V series it was. There were too many in the lot.
Dude, it's not my fault. In-N-Out Burger wasn't taking my cube.
Yeah, it's not that I wanted to be late. It's that the first time they made my fish tacos, they weren't quite raw enough. I had to go back to the stand.
Dude, what am I supposed to do? I forgot there was a game today.
I went down Sunset Boulevard. I followed it north 3 miles to the Embarcadero. I thought for sure there I'd be able to cut through the parking lot of the In-N-Out Burger. But no, the CVS has blocked it off.
Dude, why do they expect me to be on time of the game? I was shredding at Rio Carrillo Beach, bro.
You know, every time I'm down there banging and clanging, that I'm not in a hurry to get out of that energy. You got to be in the right mindset.
That's what they said, dude. That's why they're always late.
They don't stop. They're like that.
I was down at Laguna, and there was a sign in this restaurant. It said World's Best Ice Cream, 1997.
Bro, I was like, Jessica, are we going to go or what? And she's like, I'm going to change clothes. And I was like, well, forget you. I'm calling Erica.
And also, Jessica, you know this for a fact. Erica spells her name with a K, the correct way. And you go, what are you talking about?
What?
That's making you late,
dude.
The thing you're going over. Also, not to break your heart, Dodgers fan, it's just a regular hot dog.
We roast Dodger dogs on this program too much, dude. What did the Dodger dog ever do to us? I understand what California did to this culture in this country.
Yeah.
That's fine. But the Dodger dog, it's just like a slightly longer hot dog. It's not that special.
Also, you said roasted them, and I was like,
bro,
they're
I
boiled.
think they're boiled.
They're boiled.
Yeah, they're
totally
not
boiled.
even roasted.
Yeah, you know it is roasted. Me and Tucker, bro. I'm so high, dude. I don't even know. I got off on the wrong exit road. Oh, man.
And it was ridiculous because we were on public transit. Hey, I thought I was going to be on time because I downloaded the Waze app, and that's, like my personal Bible. Like, what are you doing, dude? You're going to be late.
Dude, we got lost because there was a car on fire, but it was actually just Guy Fieri's tailgate, and it was very distracting.
Like, I would have been faster if I rowed a boat here instead of going down Skid Row. It made no sense why I couldn't make it in time for the 4th inning, the start of the game.
It's not my fault, dude. My fixed gear bike doesn't pick up enough speed to hit every stoplight.
That one's very accurate. That one is incredibly correct.
I was outside Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, and they were throwing out the Donald Trump, and I was watching it slowly dissolve in the California sun.
Good Wax Museum reference.
That's the best I can come up with. It's hot down there. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah. So I picked up a side job. I'm buffing the stars on the Walk of Fame. It's really rewarding.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. When we get back from the break, we had to talk about football over the weekend, which is cool for a lot of people, but an absolute downgrade for me when I'm doing my California impersonation.
Hard agree.
Also, the wait staff at SafeHouse Distilling where we're at, they're in Halloween costume already.
Yeah.
Like, it's hecka good. They're doing Wayne's World. Also, they're like two really pretty chicks. So it's two really pretty chicks doing Wayne's World.
Yeah. The best way to do Wayne's World.
Come down and laugh about it. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. That's
Okay, I'll get it after this.
That's fine.
10. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Gambling is more than slot
came
machines
over
and
booty.
tables. Today,
That's
it
the way
also
it is.
includes betting on
Oh,
sports.
she's got an Android or something.
We're
You know what's funny
Not
is
on
I did not
commercial.
watch that. I did not watch that game last night at all, and it was as terrible as we expect. The score wouldn't have suggested it.
And on with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. Big football game tomorrow for the Lobos of New Mexico. They take on Utah State. Lobos are 2-4. They're on the road. The Aggies are 1-5. 2 p.m. here in the Mountain. In their last outing, Lobos defeated Air Force 52-37. The Aggies lost 50-34 to the Rebels. Dampier only threw for 179 with one tutty, but didn't turn it over, 14-19 passing. That was a pretty good matchup he had against the Falcons. He also tucked it 50 times, 11 times for 50 yards. 2 rushing tutties there. Eli Sanders rushed for 80 yards on 5, 2 touchdowns. Nick Trujillo, who is a stud. I know he's got family who listens. He had 4 catches for 85 and a tutty. Now, if you're looking at the other team, Spencer Petras was 41-59 for 461 yards. 3 tutties and 3 interceptions for the Aggies against the Rebels. This Faison put together 15 carries for 83 yards. I don't know him well, so it's going to be my first eyes on him. He had a tutty. Also, a bunch of receptions for him, and Jalen Royals caught 10 for 155 yards. So there are the names you need to look out for. The money line says the Lobos are favored. They're pretty heavily favored. I believe the Lobos should roll here. Actually, the spread is not as big as I thought. It's only 2.
Yeah, I'm seeing it in between 1.5 and 2.5.
Okay.
And if you would have asked me blank just to handicap this thing, I would have said Utah State at home, Utah State by a field goal. So Utah State minus 2.5, minus 3.5. But this bodes really well for Vegas because I don't know if you guys know this. Vegas is always right. They get it right all the damn time. That's why they make so much money.
They've been
so the Lobos being the favorite, both on the money line, especially being on the road, that is fantastic news for the outlook of the Lobos. If all the Vegas handicappers, all the Vegas bookmakers are looking at Lobos on the road as a favorite, that's really good news.
The Lobos have played as a money line favorite of 123 or shorter in just 2 games this season, and they won both of those. This is the 3rd time they'll be favorited as far as the spread goes. Or not the spread, but the money line. So you called it, Van. I mean, when they're in the mix, they're there. Against the spread, Utah State +2. Money line, Utah State +102. Take the under on points, 77.5. I think. Oh, man, 469 yards.
Lobos have scored 50 points 2 weeks in a row, baby.
The Lobos are going to win the game. They're going to win the game. I'm telling you, they played a hard schedule at the beginning. They tricked us all. They're going to win their 3rd straight game. And what happens when they go 500? Then we really look back and see how far they've come. I think they're going to get, for sure, the 3rd win. I mean, when you play so many hard teams at the beginning, even like coming up this weekend, this team's no better than some of the teams they've seen already. So they're not going to be shocked by anything. So they're well
Why do you not care that Utah State has won 7 consecutive games against the Lobos? Why do you not care 6 of those are by double digits? Why do you not care that they hold the edge in head-to-head matchups? Why do you not care that since the Lobos and the Aggies ended up in the Mountain West that Utah State is 9-2 against them? Like, I think all these things matter, though. Like, I can't just sit here and tell you it's a Lobos runaway victory.
Because they haven't played Devin Dampier.
Love that. I think Utah State is outmatched. At the beginning of the year, when I was looking at this game on the schedule, I was like, Utah State, they've owned the Lobos the last few years. It's not going to go great. They're on the road. This is one that if you play well and have a small loss, you look at it as a win. But what I've seen the last couple of weeks, like, the Lobos are the favorites. The Lobos have a balanced offense. The Lobos are playing decent defense. They're 1 or 2 turnovers away from not only winning but dominating Utah State.
I'm not trying to be the guy, but everything you're saying is also true for Utah State. They big win against Robert Morris start. Great. But then USC, tough. Utah, tough. Temple, not as tough, but a tough loss. Boise State, super tough. UNLV, super tough. Like, it's not like they've gone up against Powder Puffs and lost. They lost games they were supposed to lose, and they've shown flashes of solid play. Like, I think it would be foolish for a Lobo fan to think there's going to be a steamroll for the Lobos. It is not. This is a real team.
For now, I'm on the side of optimism. What I've seen the last couple of weeks, like them playing competitively in the first half against really tough teams and then beating the teams they're supposed to beat. And then look, like Zay said it earlier, we have Devin Dampier.
Yep.
He's going to ball out.
And back-to-back wins.
Back-to-back wins, momentum, and the Lobos are playing their asses off for Bronco Mendenhall. Let's just say that right there. They are playing hard, they're playing focused, and they're not giving up.
Yeah, not that Arizona is just like a world beater this year, but I mean, in the games they've lost, they still, like, you score 39 on Arizona, you score 50 on New Mexico State, not the best team, but then you drop 50 on Air Force. I could imagine that Utah State's going to get at least a 30 ball. And you look at Utah State, and they've hit over 30 a few times, but
you're going to go from 100 yards or 300 yards in the air. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
like,
that's a sling at 35, 40 times.
I think Logan is a place. I think going into Logan is tough. What are you going to do? First of all, you're going to be sleeping at a Comfort Inn. Like, that sucks.
Is that a fact? Like, do you know where they're staying?
What else they got there? What else they got in Logan?
I've never been to Logan, and I don't plan on going to Logan.
They got hey, no one in Logan plans on going to Logan. They got a KOA there. That's where they're going to put the team. Campground of America.
Okay.
Just park the bus.
That's all right. You guys, you don't know what you don't know. I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy. That's where I'm trying to get with this. If you like offensive football, watch this one.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of points. I don't know if there'll be 80 points, but it'll be a shootout.
Is 80 the over-under?
77.5.
77.5.
Wow.
That's
an insult to the defense.
Hey,
that's a huge insult.
I take back when I just said I don't know if there will be 80. I'm going to tell you this. Yeah, I do. There will be 100%. I just changed my mind. I'm officially on the stance that undoubtedly there will be 80 points and Devin Dampier will score 75 of them.
In. All right. So easy win for the Lobos and easy win for the over. I like it.
The Petrus kid looks good too, though. He will play in the NFL. Will he be a starter? No.
Yeah.
But he'll be on rosters. He can throw the ball. He threw for 450 yards on 40 passes against UNLV.
I know Bronco Mendenhall in the defense, like the second the last game was over, they started game planning for this guy. Immediately started game. That's the whole game plan, is somehow slowing down and stopping and hopefully getting a couple turnovers.
The thing that helps college football player when they go to places that suck, like Logan, is if there are guys on the roster who've been there before. And this team is all too many new guys in the way that the scheduling works, where it's every other year, blah, blah, blah. I just don't want the entire experience to take away from them being there to play football, because it's a lot.
Yeah.
You think they're going to win or win?
I think they're going to
win. Win.
I believe what I've seen out of the Lobos the last 2 weeks, if they play defense and they let both teams the last 2 weeks into it in the fourth quarter, but if you build a lead, that's okay. That's called garbage time. You're letting them run out the clock. You're letting them get plays. You're getting your offensive rest in case you need them for that last drive. That's fine. That's all part of the game plan. But it being close the last 2 weeks isn't very comfortable against teams they're supposed to beat. But yeah, I think Devin Dampier is too much. And I think these guys are playing some real football for Bronco Mendenhall.
Are you not worried that Utah State put up 34 against UNLV?
How much did they score in the fourth quarter?
I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, that's my question.
That cat we were just talking about, that Petrus kid, he turned it over 4 times. I mean, did the Lobos take the ball away 4 times? Hey, breaking NFL college football insight. If the team takes it away 4 times, they're going to win.
Yeah, if the other team makes the other team mess up a bunch, they're going to win. That's any sport. That's anything in life.
All right, I'm now getting targeted ads for Purdue College. Man, I screwed.
I heard you. Got Purdue 3 times.
Think you can get in with your rough history?
For like a graduate degree?
Yeah.
Would I go back to school for another degree?
Ooh.
I'm almost 40.
10 years you would.
Gosh. What would I use another degree
Now,
for?
hear me out.
I'm not even using this one.
You go back to school.
All right.
Okay. Go everywhere in a robe, obviously.
Like what?
Join the diving team.
Like a Ric Flair robe or like a bathrobe?
Because like everyone's young and they don't know you and know how you are. You get no respect everywhere you go.
This is a Rodney Dangerfield.
This is a Rodney Dangerfield reference, obviously, from Rodney Dangerfield's movie Back to School in the 80s. Yes, of course it is.
Up until very recently.
Hey, baby, can you believe that science teacher? Give me a C on the paper.
I started a commercial there. You almost scared me.
No science punchline? You're not going, there's no science punchline to this joke?
No, that's it. We're done.
Was in this astrology class.
Yeah.
The teacher, she was out of this world. Like, what do you, I don't do Dangerfield.
I think you're doing Andrew Dice Clay right now,
doing
actually.
Andrew Dice Clay.
Andrew Dice Clay.
I didn't care what the temperature was. I was wearing my leather jacket. Oh, hey, I got one. Isaiah, who's Andrew Dice Clay?
Hold on.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. We're updating you on the baseball games. Mets are up 10-6 as the Dodgers are not making a game out of it. 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, still in the 6th, and they have runners on base. So, did we speak too soon, Van?
We sure as heck did. I mean, this is a grand slam away from being tied up, and there's still 4 innings left of this thing.
This is wild. This is wild. I wish we had the express written consent of Major League Baseball.
When has that stopped us in anything we've ever done in our life?
Shut up. Yankees game is 6:08, I believe, is the first pitch. We need to do some prize picks before then.
Yankees game might be over before the Dodgers Mets, the way they're scoring.
Promo code KNML. You log into Prize Picks, you use promo code KNML. We will match you up to $100 on your initial deposit, Van. I think I'm going to do one for the Yankees game tonight, okay?
All right.
So also it's what is it called, Isaiah, the one you always do that's free on Prize Picks?
Flex Friday.
Yeah.
Not the taco.
Yeah, Flex Friday. All right, so on my Flex Friday, I'm going to go with some crazy stuff. I'm going to go all demons. All right, man?
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm looking here. Do you think Gavin Williams could get 3.5 strikeouts, or is that ridiculous?
Gavin Williams, his demon is 3.5?
Yeah.
Oof.
That seems doable.
I think it's very doable. Yankees hack at it.
Yeah. What about Luis Gill? He might not be in the game very long.
He's going to be on a short leash for sure.
So I don't want to take his demon because I don't think he'll be in the game long enough for it to be a real thing.
I like Brian Rocchio.
Total bases, 1.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
His demon?
His demon is 1.5.
I think the regular one is a lock. He's got a 6-game hitting streak. Just a hit.
Not about that, just the one, though.
Yeah, you're going for it today.
Yeah, I'm trying to get rich. That's my thing. I'm jumping over to hits, runs, ribbies because that's one I've been having a lot of success with lately.
Well, do the Rocchio demon on hits, runs, ribbies, not total bases. You can get on at least once and score at least once.
That's kind of his deal, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Brian Rocchio, his is 1.5 on the demon for hits, run, ribbies. Going with that. Now, Giancarlo Stanton is 1.5 on the hits, run, ribbies. I want to take that too. How do you feel about that?
I think he's just as likely to go 0 for 5 as he is to hit 3 dingers. That's a problem with Giancarlo. Don't call me Mike Stanton.
All right, where's my guy Fry? He's been on fire.
On Fryer.
All right, he's not. All right, so you know who knows is Major League Baseball. They're not putting him in the mix, man.
Manzardo will be starting tonight.
So Manzardo got all of his demon in one swing last night. It's 1.5 here too. He's kind of been booty, but he hasn't yesterday.
Right.
I'm going for it. 1.5. All right, so the only thing I didn't get was the Luis Gill for anything. Do you think this is foolish or is this okay?
What is Luis Gill's hits allowed?
3.5 on the demon.
I like it.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so I got a lineup here. Gavin Williams, 3.5 pitcher strikeouts, take the more. That's a demon.
Yep.
Brian Rocchio, spelled wrong. 1.5 total bases, take the more.
I like hits, runs, ribbies
All right,
for him
so then
instead.
I'm losing that one.
Yeah.
All right, so now I got to add another one. All right, hold on, go back. All right, I don't trust stolen bases, doubles. Walks allowed is a tough one because I already have both pitchers. Oh, man, this is a tough one. I almost want to go back to hits, runs, ribbies. Gosh, I'm putting a lot in offense if this is happening tonight. Well, how come I'm not messing with Jose Ramirez? Because 2.5 is high, dude. I can't do it.
He's so active, and he's one of the best players in all of baseball. If you expect some runs to be scored today, which I do, they're not sending their best two pitchers out on the mounds, either team.
I'm going Volpe. Forget it. He's on a streaker. I'm in on him. It's only 1.5. I'm playing the numbers. Stanton, more than 1.5 hits, runs, ribbies. Kyle Manzardo, 1.5 hits, runs, ribbies. Luis Gill, 3.5 hits allowed. And Anthony Volpe, 1.5 hits, runs, and ribbies. It's not the 100-time payoff that I would like it to be. It's only a 35-time. But I think it's worth playing, Van.
In the last 4 games, Jose Ramirez has 5 runs, 7 hits, and 6 ribbies.
So you say I should put him in there?
I think he should be in the mix, man. If you're doing demons, like, go after a guy who can get it done.
So you're saying take out Volpe. Okay,
So I would go Ramirez over Volpe.
I'm going back. I'm getting
And
Ramirez.
then go Rocchio, hit, run, ribby instead of total bases.
Yes, did. All right, and I'm doing that Flex Friday protected play. So hey, also this increased my payout by a ton, man. Super smart move.
Attaboy.
All right, I'm in. My lineup is in. We are set on Prize Picks, promo code KNML. You use our code when you sign up for your first-time deposit. We'll match you up to $100 here on that. Also, keep in mind, because is it Tuesday when the NBA starts? Is that right? Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Right now,
historically, I feel like they always start on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, Anthony Edwards is 0.5 points.
It's a gimme.
That's like a gimme. That's like a for sure one. Trying to find LeBron James Jr.
To have a basket.
He had a flagrant last night. You see that?
I did not. I missed his flagrant. My bad.
Call. It was a bad call.
You thought that was a bad call. He got right underneath the dude. He didn't even go for the ball. Didn't even jump. Didn't even do nothing. Get out of the way. And then his dad came out of the stands and talked to the official. And you're like,
yeah, he's like asking to talk to a manager.
I guess he's his teammate. I mean, whatever. You know?
Also his dad.
Yeah.
Doesn't make him not his dad.
That's what what's going to happen if, say, Anthony Davis expects Bronny to cut, but he doesn't and he has a turnover? Like, do you kind of always restrict your anger a little bit? You always kind of watch.
No, you yell at senior.
Yeah. You treat them both the exact same. Like kings.
Yeah.
Blame it all on LeBron.
You say
don't get mad at Bronny for anything.
You say, Bronny, I'm about to yell at your dad. You want that? You tell him that.
Every time Bronny gets a turnover, you go straight over to JJ Redick. What did you do? This is your fault. For some reason. Sorry, LeBron. I'm sorry.
If Van was ever like, oh, I'm so mad at you, Fred. Okay, I don't care. He'd go, I'm about to tell your dad. I'd be like, oh, no, I super care.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be.
LeBron did refer to him as his own grown-ass man recently, so you got to take the heat.
He said that about his son?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
He's his own grown-ass man. Ask him. Not verbatim, but that's what he said.
Did anyone ask him whatever that related question was?
I didn't follow up.
Here's the thing, though.
No,
the media, when you're handling LeBron or Bronny, you have to really understand that not only are they teammates, and yes, it's his son, but like they discuss this at the dinner tables. Like they have a game plan. So everything that they say is for sure rehearsed. Like without a doubt rehearsed.
Well, one of the best PR team in all of sports is the people LeBron surrounds himself with.
Except for when Bronny posted that story.
Except for Mark Zuckerberg. Hey, Mark Zuckerberg's glow up in the past year is revolutionary.
Second only to me.
Who is this guy? Who is his team? Instead of being the creepy weirdo, they were just like, Zuckerberg, shut up, go do jujitsu and go surf. And then just quit saying weird stuff all the time. Let Elon be the weird one. You be the normal one.
Jiu-jitsu competitions under fake names.
Well, you need a fake face. Everyone knows what he looks like.
Well, not anymore. He got rid of that weird bangs thing.
I know he's got like this little curly boy hair now.
Yeah.
Like, guys, it's okay. It's just like the interwebs or something. You don't talk like that. Quit acting. That's not you. Nice try.
You know what's not cool? The Facebook.
Thanks, Auntie.
I couldn't give you another line from the Facebook movie.
I didn't watch it.
No, it was
It's like
good.
Titanic. Like I know what happens in real life. Like I don't really need to watch it.
It had Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake.
There was sports in it. Maybe rowing.
There's rowing. Okay.
You ever see the Skulls?
I'm gonna
with Joey.
I'm gonna not watch it even harder now. It is an Aaron Sorkin project, and I'm a fan of his writing, but like, miss me.
What if we had a podcast where we watch the first 13 minutes of movies? Okay.
All right.
And then we do a podcast on if we should continue to watch the movies.
And then like 1 out of every 10 or so podcasts are actually an hour and a half or 2 hours long.
On the first 13 minutes.
Yeah. So we actually like 1 out of every X amount of movies is actually good enough to watch. So we have a bunch of 13-minute podcasts. Then like every once in a while we get a 2-hour one, or like 3.5 hours if it's Scorsese.
You know,
Kind of
for
hard though.
What is
that's hard because there's some movies where they don't pick up until like 40 minutes.
Why is that hard? I'm talking about that on the podcast.
Well, this is true, but what if there's the first 13 minutes and you're like, nah, we shouldn't keep watching it.
That's
but really
the podcast.
becomes,
Yeah.
I have a rule where I only watch the first 13 minutes of something. And if it sucks, I'm done. You know what I just gave you? A baker's dozen of my time.
Why would you only watch the first 13 minutes? The pool guy's not even done cleaning at that moment. You're not even going to get to the good stuff.
What type of movie are you talking about?
Yeah. I am.
On those movies, I skip to the 13-minute mark.
And then watch for 13
The
minutes.
theater of the mind. I create the backstory.
You fill in the narrative yourself.
Yeah.
I was like,
I go, oh, what's this blue-orange filter? Must be set in Mexico. That's what I do.
Uh-huh.
I went and rewatched The Exorcist the other day, and the first 50 minutes of that movie is slow, boring, terrible.
Yeah,
but when
don't
you think
watch it.
about it, but when you think about it historically, it's like probably the most popular scary movie of all time.
No.
The Exorcist?
No.
Not maybe. What's been okay? You got Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, of course, but like demon movie in that category, The Exorcist is
the most popular scary movie of all time is the Scary Movie spoof Scary Movie.
The scariest movie, I think, is like Alien. Like Alien is super scary. That Alien, like in the 80s, that stuff was real to me.
I couldn't take it seriously. Having an alien wasn't scary. I was like, let's like make contact. Like, what's going on, man?
Hey, possible name for the podcast. I just came up with this. Real Beginnings. REEL. How do you feel about that?
I'm in. Yeah, I'm in.
That's a good name for our new podcast about watching the first 13 minutes of a movie. The first movie we'll ever watch is called Belly.
Now you're going to be hooked forever because that's the best beginning of any movie in the history of cinema. My goodness. Don't poke me like that when you know I'm going to go crazy.
When we get back from the break, it's the I-9 Varsity of best beginnings to movies ever.
Our podcast preview.
It's Two Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're having the most fun at it. We're at SafeHouse where there's about 1 million people in here, Van.
Having an absolute blast here at SafeHouse. It is rocking already. 5:01 it was rocking.
Today's the I-9 Varsity of opening scenes and movies. League office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. Soccer clinics, volleyball clinics, all those summers athletics are wrapping up right now. So get in with day and set your child up for success. Same day practice, same day play. Okay, Van, the I-9 Varsity of opening scenes and movies. Would you like me to go first?
Go ahead, buddy.
Ghostbusters.
Okay, strong work.
Ghostbusters slaps. It's Bill Murray as Egon, and he's not Egon. He's help me out here. Don't tip my tongue. Anyways, it's Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and the guy that used to hang out with Harold Ramis.
Yes.
So, so anyways, and there's a ghost in the library, and then they have to catch it. It's like a poor ghost librarian, and it is me as a little kid was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Give me the opening scene of Ghostbusters.
First on my I-9 Varsity of opening scenes from movies.
Yeah.
Choose a job, choose a career, choose a family, choose a big bleeping television, choose washing machine,
Fight Club,
compact disc, electric tin openers, choose good health, low cholesterol, dental insurance, choose fixed interest mortgage payments, choose a starter home, choose your friends, choose leisure wear, choose matching luggage, choose a 3-piece suit. Goes on a little bit. Choose life. But why would I want to do a thing like that? I choose not to choose life. I choose something else. And the reasons? There are no reasons. Who needs reasons when you got heroin? That is the opening monologue from Train Spotting, an absolute masterpiece of a movie, and it sucks you in from the very beginning. Friend of the show, if you haven't seen Train Spotting, get ready for a white knuckle thrill ride. It grabs you from the beginning.
Isaiah?
Okay, so both of yours were very impactful, and I would say mine's also impactful. I can't say I love it too much, but the beginning of Avengers Infinity Wars is just, to me, it's sickening. It's heartbreaking. It's disappointing. You see the Incredible Hulk just get manhandled. It's like you had so many people that were Hulk fans, and you watch the Avengers movie, and you just see him get dismantled, and that's the last of the Hulk we ever see, and that is just depressing.
For the record, you were kind of the only Hulk fan. Like, after Edward Norton lost the Hulk role, that is how much gave up.
Right.
Well, to your credit, the last Hulk movie, was that the last Edward Norton one? Because the last actual Hulk movie I liked, and I didn't see him again until the Avengers. Like, I'm not a big enough Marvel fan to watch all the Thors and stuff and to find him in there. I know he appears, but it went from the Hulk movie to see him get smoked in the Avengers. So for me, that was depressing. But it was a big deal.
I think I have a good one, boys. Are you ready?
Okay, hit me.
Not a senor.
Stole my cleanup hitter, dude. You stole my cleanup hitter, bro.
The Circle of Life number at the beginning of The Lion King.
Captivating.
Stop.
I got chills, you just doing that. And you did a poor job, and I still got chills.
I did it like Elton freaking John, brother. I wanted to see the reveal of young Simba. I wanted that. Thank you, Rafiki.
So good.
Van?
So good. Holds up. Next on my I-9 Varsity of opening scenes from movies.
Yes.
As far back as I could remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Yeah, that's a good one.
To me, being a gangster was better than being president of the United States. That was Henry Hill from Goodfellas.
So good.
The second he says that and that Rolling Stones kicks in, you're like, oh, baby, let's go.
I've never seen
Grabs
it.
you from the beginning. It's fantastic.
Isaiah?
All righty. I'm going to go with a good old Michael Myers movie. The first Halloween kicks off the most legendary Halloween movie series ever created. Young Michael going through his house, eliminating the family and showing how cold-blooded he was, and really sets the scene and the mood for the rest of the series. which only one movie director, I might add, was able to keep up. Rob Zombie should not have made any of the Halloweens. I hope we agree there.
It's pretty morbid there.
Yeah,
Isaiah, you went with a pretty morbid one.
Pretty rough.
Well, it's October. What do you expect me to do?
This is okay. Good answer. Going back to 1993 in my childhood, the opening scene of Jurassic Park.
Ooh.
It's a forklift delivering a raptor.
Mhm.
Things go poorly.
Yep.
People die, and then the next scene, it's sunny, it's bright, it's all. You knew this was a horror film waiting to happen. Give me the opening scene of Jurassic Park. Also, I'd never seen a real life dinosaur on TV until then, and that real life dinosaur was so cool.
You're using real life. I think you know what real life means, but it was like the most believable of all time by far.
Yeah, 100%.
It holds up.
It
holds up to this day. It's wild how ahead of the time they were.
Van?
Next on my I-9 varsity of opening scenes from movies.
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs. The diner scene where they're talking about tipping and not tipping, and they're making all these Madonna, all these pop culture references. It's like, why are these guys all wearing the same outfits? Why are they all uncomfortable with each other? Why does this guy hate this guy? And then they walk out of the diner and that music kicks in. Genius.
The way it's shot from the center of the table too, cinematography wise, just super brilliant. Very good scene.
Yes.
Also, the dude that looks the most like slappish of the whole thing, he's the leader.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, good answer. Isaiah?
You guys don't know this quote. Tracy, we lost Doug. We can't find Doug. The best comedy movie of all time, The Hangover. I don't think I've ever seen a movie better. The opening scene, the first time you see the movie, you have no idea that that's really the ending of the movie. So I think it's just a genius setup. And the second and third one, they tried to do a similar thing. It wasn't the same, but that first one just hits different.
Agree. Yeah. Fantastic answer. If they didn't make a second and third one, we might be talking about Hangovers like one of the best, not just comedies, but movies ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched a guy win an Oscar in the opening scene in Glorious Bastards. Christoph Waltz as the Nazi, in the farmhouse of the Jewish, or of the not Jewish family, but the hidden Jewish family. It is what adrenaline is in film.
Sure.
It is what anxiety is in film. The opening to Inglourious Bastards, as good as an opening scene as I have ever seen.
Since you stole my cleanup hitter, I'm going to go with one that means a lot to me personally.
Music. You're going to do the Sound of Music?
Yeah, I would never, but thank you for that reference. Star Wars, baby.
Yeah.
Genius. Absolutely genius.
Yeah.
From whether it's the text coming in or the giant ship that goes on forever coming by you, you knew you were watching something different and something special. Grabs you from the beginning.
It was the first film, Isaiah, you don't know this, in the history of the Writers Guild Association to not put the credits at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
And it was, at the time, not a big deal because it wasn't forecasted to do well. And then George Lucas set the precedent in filmmaking because everyone else followed suit.
All righty.
Isaiah?
I'm going to go with the good old Slim Shady 8 Mile. Okay, 8 Mile, the opening battle rap scene. When Eminem loses, he loses, and he's down on his back. He's down bad. And then you just watch him slowly overcome the whole movie and come back within a vengeance and take out everybody who jumped in, did things with his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. Like took her to a nice lunch.
Yeah,
yeah.
I saw 8 Mile in a mall theater in the ghetto.
Okay.
And there was a part of the scene where Brittany Murphy was cheating on Eminem. And some ladies in the crowd screamed, "Oh, no, not that huh." And it was my first time experiencing that film experience. So also, just as I wrap them up, give me the opening scene to Wayne's World. It's brilliant. And the Murph
It doesn't
Mobile,
stop. Yeah, it doesn't stop.
The Bohemian Rhapsody, super smart. The opening scene to Guardians of the Galaxy, same kind of thing. It's a big dance number. The opening scene to Saturday Night Fever, give me the exact same thing.
Hard to disagree, but I like what you're thinking.
Then the opening scene to No Country for Old Men, super good,
Love it.
wild.
Every Coen Brothers movie has a perfect start.
The opening scene to The Matrix,
Pretty good.
You
Pretty
got me hooked.
Pretty good.
There are a handful of them.
I think the piece de resistance,
Let's say it at the
the
same
King
time.
of Kings,
Let's say it at the same time. Ready?
Saving
Dark Knight
Private
Rises.
Ryan. Saving Private Ryan. I watched that. I watched the opener to Saving Private Ryan while I was on a baseball trip in Ruidoso, New Mexico, and they were veterans walking out of the theater because it was too real.
Yeah.
It was too
So
real for them.
sweet.
Also, the real answer is the reason we did this, the opening scene of Belly. Isaiah, are you familiar with the masterpiece Belly?
No.
Oh, my God.
You're missing
So,
out.
Director named Hype Williams used to do music
Music
videos.
videos,
He used to
yeah.
do music videos in the hip hop world, and they just gave him full reign to make a full length motion picture, and it is legit good. But what's special about it is the opening scene. You don't watch the whole movie Belly, watch the opening scene, the Belly. It's magic.
It's the same thing with Wayne's World because Penelope Spheres was the director of Wayne's World, and she had only ever directed music videos too.
Yeah.
Super good start. Also, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
That's
so good.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier.
Did you real quick, just because you mentioned the people thinking it was so real in the movie theaters, and we mentioned Exorcist earlier. I actually saw a news article that people, when the Exorcist first came out, were leaving the theaters because it was actually too scary, and they weren't able to stay through the movie. So it got to a point where, it became like an actual, like a warning advisory before you would go see that movie because people were leaving because how scary it was.
So,
but I think,
I think that was a work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agree.
that's a work.
Netflix
it's
tried
all
it.
pro wrestling. It's all
Netflix
pro
tried it last year with this movie. This is the scariest
Yeah.
movie that's ever been on Netflix, and it wasn't. It wasn't.
It's like this,
horror movie fans were like, "This isn't even scary, dude. Like, what are you doing to us?"
It was
Got
what
everybody to watch though.
What I can say is the movie Sinister, they did a study where this was after the movie had been out for years. They did a study where they tracked, I think it was the nerve waves of people watching that movie Sinister, and they watched many of other movies, and Sinister was rated the scariest movie ever based off, I don't know if it was jump scares or if it was consistent terror or exactly what it was, but Sinister was rated in the scariest movie ever, and I think it matches the hype. That's a terrifying movie.
I've never even seen it, but
No.
yeah.
I'm not a big horror movie guy.
Van doesn't like being scared.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't watch
if
that
it's
stuff
done
either.
really smart, I like good movies. If they happen to be good movies that are also scary,
Terminator.
sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. But Stomp the Yard, it's got one of the most iconic intros. I mean, the Chris Brown dance move, you guys have seen it. I know you guys have seen it. Come on.
It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
They're not that proud of us. 2 Men On with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Mike's up.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where we have to contractually tell you if every NFL game this weekend is worth watching. Football starts in London, Van. I've been saying it for years. Sunday, it'll be a 7:30 start here on the NFL Network. The New England Patriots are going to Jacksonville, London. It is the Jaguars favored by 6 at home. Is this one worth watching?
Unfortunately, it is. Not because of the product on the field.
Okay.
It's because if you're up before then, you'll probably be watching football because it's the morning game. There's nothing else going on. If you're not watching the news or your favorite streaming show, you'll probably have football on. So I guess by default, this one's watchable.
Okay, not so bad. I think it's worth watching, Van, and that's because Drake May brings the juice. He gave the juice to New England. He is their secret sauce. He is their drink. He is the truth. He is going to create a New England upset this weekend over the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, yes, it is worth watching because of Drake May.
Okay, good answer.
I'm not going to be watching it.
Nice.
Number one, for time. Number two, number one, time. Number two, teams suck. Number three, I got to prepare for my best Kevin Harlan impersonation tomorrow morning.
This is Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Play football on Sunday.
Yeah, the game's on Sunday.
Well, I got another one on Sunday.
Yo, say back to back in it? What?
No, I definitely just made that up.
Well done.
Yeah.
You had me.
Yeah, because the best ability is availability. That's the best. We always skip the Cleveland game, so we will skip it. We all know we're not going to watch it. The Lions at the Vikings. This starts off the 11 o'clocks for us. Minnesota favored by 1.5 at home, Van.
Wild.
Is this one worth watching?
This one is 100% worth watching. This is probably the best game from all the morning games, unless you think Texans-Packers is the better one. I'm still waiting for Cinderella midnight to hit Sam Darnold and the Vikings. Are they for real? I still don't think so, but they still keep proving me wrong. Yeah, Lions-Vikings, super watchable.
Is Aiden Hutchinson playing?
Next year, yeah.
They say he might be available for the Super Bowl.
Okay, that's nice.
So, not worth watching.
No. Super worth watching.
Isaiah?
It's definitely a watch. Detroit, I hated them before last week, and then they tried scoring with the offensive linemen. I need to see them eat some humble pie. Although if the Vikings beat them, they're losing to a good team. It's not like it would be necessarily humbling, but I hope for an ugly loss for Detroit.
Texans at Packers. Packers favored by 1.5 at home. CJ Stroud will turn it over a ton. I think it's going to be a big Packers win. It's hard to win in Lambeau. It's now getting cold.
Yep.
I already think CJ Stroud is soft. I'm going to say this one is worth watching because I want to be able to be part of the conversation when I continue to tell people how CJ Stroud is not the truth, but just a splash.
I think CJ Stroud is a competent second-level NFL quarterback. I don't think he's the world beater that he was at the end of last year. But Packers are just so good top to bottom. And these are both teams with playoff and eventually Super Bowl aspirations. I think either this game or Lions-Vikings, this is the best game in the whole morning slate. So this is 100% watchable.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think it's definitely watchable. I know Van's a spoken Packers fan, but he's also speaking facts. The Packers impressed me last week. That was a solid win. And if the whole team can play well and Jordan Love can just not turn the ball over, they should have success against the Texans. And I don't think C.J. Stroud can keep up. And has your guy, has he still maintained to have an interception in every game?
Xavier McKinney?
Yeah, did he break that streak or did he catch one last week?
He has 5 interceptions. So, yeah, I guess.
still going.
Yeah, and then the thing about him, and I'm not a guy who does like on-air bets because I think they're lame.
Yeah.
He's going to take one away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ's going to cough up a couple.
I believe
he's
so.
going to have a lot of pressure on him. He's going to make a couple bad decisions. A couple of those bad decisions will end up in Packers' hands.
The Miami Dolphins are playing the Indianapolis Colts on the road. They had a 5-point victory over the Patriots last week. Richardson's expected to be back under center. So I'm going to say it's worth watching so you can see about old Anthony Richardson. Van, are you watching the Dolphins at the Colts?
I mean, if Anthony Richardson is playing and if he's on your fantasy team, yeah, probably worth watching. But, I mean, they're just going to beat up on the Dolphins. Like, those poor Dolphins, they don't stand a chance without Tua. So I'm going to say no. This one's not worth watching.
Not at all. Simple, not at all.
It might be the fastest game of the year. There might be only run plays on both sides of the ball. With an injured Richardson, with what you said, dude's name
2
was
running quarterbacks. Snoop Huntley.
The Jalen Wright can run it. Raheem Mostert can run it. This might total, not game time, but total actual real lifetime might be the fastest one of the year.
Agree.
Isaiah, you're skipping it?
Yeah, I'm skipping it.
Eagles at Giants. It is fun when there's big divisional early games. I like that. That feels like traditional football to me. The Philadelphia is favored on the road. I think the Giants are better than I thought they were at the beginning of the year. I think Malik Neighbors returning is going to be a big deal for the Giants. I'm going to say this one is worth watching. I also think there could be an upset at home with the Giants over the Eagles. The NFC East is just kind of booty outside of the Washington Guardians.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The East is having a down year, and it's pretty hard to watch, especially the Eagles' offense. Like, they have all these weapons, and they can't muster more than 13, 16, 17 points a week. Like, I think if you love watching the downfall of a coach, this is watchable, because I don't know how much middling football the Eagles can play until Sirianni gets canned.
He's weird,
So
dude.
if you're a big Schadenfreude fan, you like to see the demise of others, sure, watch it.
Zay?
This game makes me laugh because I'm pretty positive the Giants are going to win. I think it's been trending that way. You may not be able to realize it, but if you do go back and look at the Giants offense, look at how Daniel Jones has been playing, the Giants have been competitive, and they're going to beat the Eagles here, and it's going to make my weekend.
Seahawks at Falcons. Atlanta favored at home by 3. And we've talked about this. If it's by 3 at home, it's not a favorite. That's a wash.
Sure.
He had 3 points just from being at home. Geno Smith is Cheeks.
Yeah.
He's officially Cheeks again. He was for a lot of years. He then, when he was trying to get paid, wasn't. Then he got paid, and now he is. Also, Atlanta, if they don't move the ball in the first 2 downs, they will not move the ball. That is the structure of their offense. This one is not worth watching, boys. Skip Seattle at Atlanta unless you really like birds.
Soft disagree, not a hard disagree. Seahawks, I think they're underperforming. There's just something wrong with that team. I don't know if it's the coaching or the locker room, but give me all the swagged out Atlanta Kirko chains that you got. I love this face turn in Atlanta that Kirk Cousins is making. It's legit fun to watch. And football games are fun to watch when they're in Atlanta. That's probably the best crowd in all of football. I think it's going to be close. I think there's going to be some good football played. It's just watchable.
Zay?
Something about the Seahawks. I just can't ever imagine choosing to watch their games for the past few years. I just don't think they're that exciting. But just for the sake of the Falcons, I do think they've obviously, whether it's the storyline, whether it is the uniforms or the players on the roster, they're an interesting team. And they are playing better, but I think we all still want to see how they turn out. What exactly does this team look like, and who are they?
Tennessee at Buffalo, and I think Buffalo is favored by 10, brother. It is It is bad if you're a Tennessee fan. And I'm going to tell you right now why this one is watchable, because this is the last chance for Will Levis. Will Levis,
he's done,
is going to have the breakout performance. No one, because everyone wants him benched. No one thinks he can. And when I say no one, I mean except for me. I'm a Will Levis believer. And he is going to upset the weird Buffalo Bills that lose too much. Give me my upset of the week, the Tennessee Titans. Take them with the points. They're your team right here against. Take them money line, actually. Plus 359?
Friend of the show, please don't do that. Don't have a disdain for money like Fred Slow does. He hates money. He's just going to throw it away.
You think the second worst offense in the league, the Tennessee Titans, can't be led by Will Levis against the Buffalo whatevers?
No, Buffalo's going to win by 40. This is going to be disgusting. This is Will Levis's last game as a starter. The only reason this game is watchable is if you love Calvin Ridley and DeAndre Hopkins and you want to see them play their last game as a Titan, because both of these guys are going to be traded next week. So if you want to watch the last game of DeAndre Hopkins and Calvin Ridley in a Tennessee Titans jersey, then yes, it's watchable. Otherwise, no. Bills are going to smoke them.
Yeah, I mean, if you like seeing blowouts, Josh Allen, he's entertaining, right? When he's at his peak, he's entertaining to watch, even if you're not a Bills fan. So I could say just because he's in the game, it could be watchable, but not if you're looking to see a competitive game.
Speaking of games, we move to the afternoon ones whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On, live from SafeHouse Distilling. You can come join us at the intersection of Gold and 7th. There are like low-key no seats. Like there's so many people here.
There's a couple spots at the bar.
Like hurry up.
Yeah.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Bottom of the eighth, the Mets have extended it 11-6 over the Dodgers, so it's looking in hand there. The New York Metropolitans. Speaking of New York, Yankees are up. Middle of the first 2-0 over the Cleveland Commanders. I'm choking to death on an almond, Van. Take over.
That's dangerous work here. I told you not to get the roasted salted.
I got the roasted
They
salty.
get too crunchy. Like you get the unsalted raw, and they're like creamy and delicious. You chew them up, and it's a whole little magical experience in your mouth.
My throat feels raw. I survived. Okay.
Juan Soto, 2-run dinger in the first.
Who chokes on an almond? What kind of loser?
A lot of people, actually. I bet there's a lot of almond choking incidents per year.
I don't want to sound like I'm from New Mexico or anything, but after I choked on that almond, I felt all dumb.
Yeah. Should. Got to chew them up a little more, I think.
We're at SafeHouse Distilling, the intersection of 7th and Gold. There's probably 1,000 people here. There's so many people here.
We told you there's a couple seats at the bar.
They gone.
There's literally 2 seats at the bar. So the 2 people who are on their way, you guys are cool.
Yeah, you're running behind now.
The 2 people after you, come anyways.
We have 1 seat at our broadcast table. I guess you could just hang out.
Yeah. We'll be done in 39 minutes. So you just hang at our table.
There's a gal here with a Miami Dolphins Ricky Williams jersey on, and I don't know if she likes the Dolphins or weed.
I think both. Can't smell it from here, but
I'm gonna choke to death.
You never know these days. Now that it's the wild west of weed out here in New Mexico, you'll see a guy in a 3-piece suit and just blaze to the gills, and you'll see a guy in dreadlocks, stone cold sober. You never know these days.
There it goes. Got it out. Okay. The Carolina Panthers are going to the Washington Guardians. It opened at a 3-point favorite for the Washington Guardians. It's now almost 10. It's 9.5. I'm going to tell you this is must watch.
Oh, okay.
Everything about this game. It's the first one in the afternoon. So first of all, yes, I have no doubt in my mind. I already gave you 1 upset.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a second.
Okay.
This Washington Guardians defense can be passed against. Let's go, Andy Dalton.
Oh, okay. I love those words. Let's go, Andy Dalton is one of my favorite phrases in the history of football, but that doesn't matter. Jaden Daniels is the truth.
What, are you talking about 5-time Rookie of the Week?
Yes. 5 out of the 6 weeks so far. It's been Jaden Daniels' week.
He's
for
chalk.
rookies.
He's chalk.
Dude. Panthers plus 9.5 isn't enough. I think it's going to be 40, 42, 17, 43, 16 maybe.
17, 38.
Low 40s to high teens. They're going to get worked. And this is probably the moment where you're okay, it doesn't matter how bad Bryce Young is. We're still the Panthers. Andy Dalton's not going to save us. That was a dumb idea. We got 1 win with the Red Rocket.
Yeah.
Now it's time to yank him. Let Bryce Young get some more reps. We're going to lose anyways. Might as well do it with our young quarterback.
Bryce Young is about to get traded for DK Metcalf. There's a whole thing going on here. I'm calling it. Isaiah, who do you got? Are you watching? Sorry, not who do you got. Are you watching Carolina and the Washington Guardians?
No, because I know that the Washington Commanders / Guardians are going to win the game, but I hope for their downfall.
What do you call them?
You hope for their downfall. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God! You don't want to see Jaden Daniels in the Super Bowl this year? Are you kidding me?
Stud.
No, I would if Washington made it to a Super Bowl before Dallas, that would be one of the most tragic things. The Eagles and the Giants have already done it. If Washington was to then go in and be the 3rd team of the NFC East to get to the Super Bowl, even if they lost it, just getting there, getting to the NFC Championship game would be devastating.
Well, bad news, buddy, because it's going to happen. Because they're going to keep adding pieces, and all these free agents are going to want to play around Jaden Daniels because they're watching the tape because he's a legit stud.
Do you think I'm joking about this DK Metcalf thing? They're going to get DK Metcalf.
Okay.
They're going to have legitimate threats on outside of each hash mark on this field. They have a stud quarterback. Their defense is hecka good. This is a team.
Who's running the ball there? Real question. I don't even know.
Chubba Hubbard?
Yeah, and then yeah.
I know it's Chuba, but it doesn't rhyme. That's dumb. It's Chubba Hubbard.
The Los Angeles Oakland, Vegas Raiders are taking on the Los St. Louis Angeles Rams. Rams are favored by 7 at home. What?
Yeah.
This is the worst one I've ever seen. They are coming off a bye week, and they needed that bye week because their entire team was hurt.
Sure.
I believe Aiden O'Connell, without the distraction of Devontae Adams, is going to roll over Matt Stafford, even though he's the better quarterback. Mm-hmm. This one's worth watching.
I don't think this one's worth watching unless you're a hardcore fan of one of these teams. The Raiders aren't good. Now they're Devontae Adams list. It's a gaping hole in their offense.
Gaping.
Gardner Minshew's better than AOC, the quarterback, not the politician.
Nice.
I think Rams are going to blow them out, and it's not going to be fun to watch.
Don't know about a blowout, but I'm not going to root against Stafford in this game. He's shown this year that he can win with the injuries on the team. So I'm going to put my money on Matt.
I told you to watch all these other games because I'm calling big upsets. I'm telling you to watch this one because this is the one. I don't know why this is not the primetime one. This is the best one. San Francisco favored at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the one you watch this weekend.
They're favored. Wow.
The last time we saw these two teams on the field was back in February. I don't know if you remember that, Van. They played in a thing called the Super Bowl.
I was there.
The biggest difference in this game and that game is Christian McCaffrey not playing in this one. Despite all that, at home, favored by 1.5 points. This is going to be Patrick Mahomes showing everyone why they are wrong when they pick against Patrick Mahomes. He does not deal with that dumb stuff. I don't agree with him on a lot of things, specifically Whataburger, but I do agree that he's going to beat up on the San Francisco 49ers.
What's your Whataburger take? Real quick.
It's the worst.
Oh, wow. It's best fast food here, but go on, man.
It's Whataburger's legit good. Of all the fast food places, I think they care about their product. They try not to expand too much and like try to dominate a market. Anyway, I don't know why you hate Whataburger. Good old school burgers. San Francisco 49ers, like at their peak, would beat the Chiefs right now. And this is a regular season, and Kansas City finally needs to lose a game. So if the refs aren't going to cheat for Kansas City 1 week, it's probably this week. Because if they play the Niners again in the Super Bowl, obviously it will be rigged, and the NFL will have every recourse whatsoever to make sure Patrick Mahomes wins another Super Bowl. But this is regular season. Like, this one don't matter. The Chiefs are undefeated. They got to take one L eventually, and it's going to be Sunday. This is insanely watchable.
First of all, my body yearns for White Castle. Secondly, the last time that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs were not favored was in the Super Bowl against San Francisco. How'd that play out, huh? How'd that play out for your gold rushers?
My gold rushers? I don't even have a gold rusher.
Let alone mini golds that require an entire rush.
Yep.
It's watchable, but the Chiefs are going to win. I think the 49ers being favored is insane. It's almost like they thought McCaffrey was going to be back and healthy or something. They do have Debo, right? Debo's back. Ayuk is back. Kittle's there.
Yeah, they still have that defensive secondary that's just been chopped up with superstars like Sam Darnold and Geno Smith over the last couple games. That's a stud. They suck. The 49ers defense sucks. Kansas City going to roll over them.
I think the Chiefs just, at this point, they kind of go through the games just doing what they have to. Like, they don't go into a game trying to blow anybody off the doors. They just try to win. So I feel like they're going to try as hard as they have to win.
Oh, my God. You too. Who did the Chiefs play last week? Oh, wait. They were on a bye. You're going to tell me they, coming off of a bye, didn't prepare for this game? It's going to be lopsided.
The Chiefs would be 2-4 right now without a bunch of late game questionable calls. They're not the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs we've become accustomed to. Without a little bit of handiwork from the Zebras,
nice.
This would not be the Chiefs team we're talking about right now. San Francisco, even without Christian McCaffrey, has a better roster. They're at home. This is not unreasonable for the Kansas City Chiefs to be dogs in this game. So I understand it. Niners. And insanely watchable, which is the original point of this segment. Watch it.
Because the NFL is more about entertainment than actual play on the field. They did not flex the Chiefs and 49ers into primetime. It is the New York Jetropolitans as they go to Pittsburgh. It is the debut of Davante Adams. It is must-see Aaron Rodgers. There probably won't be baseball on. Well, I guess the Mets could be playing now, couldn't they? Yeah. Also, we talked about this. Mets and Jets fans are the exact same. This is a watch game. I'm going to skip it, though, and go to trivia.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll be at trivia. That is the one thing that's going to happen. But the debut of Davante Adams.
What numbers you wearing?
With his bro,
17.
Aaron Rodgers. Got 17 in green. And then the debut.
What number is Aaron wearing?
Of Careful. Might be a little spicy.
You're talking about Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson making his debut for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Jets are going to blow out the Steelers because Russell Wilson sucks. Moving on from Justin Fields was a horrible decision. Yeah. He's only had one turnover all year. He's 4-2, and he's only coughed up the ball once all year. And you're moving away from your winning starting quarterback to the shell, a ghost of Russell Wilson. This is dumb.
That should anger all sports fans. Because they did a fake one a couple of weeks ago. They posted a fake message or tweet saying that Fields was getting benched, and I knew right away it was fake, and I thought, no way. But then it actually came to life.
Who is that?
Well, it was like football, the fake football pages. What they'll do nowadays is they'll make a page and put like one letter off from a super popular page, and they'll just post fake things just for retweets. And one of those came across saying that the Steelers were going to bench Fields, and it was just so unbelievable that would happen that there were fake tweets about it. And then it's actually happened, and to see that it's real is just it sucks. Fields didn't do anything to lose that spot.
Didn't do anything
with that
to keep it either. It didn't play well at all. He's not very good. Why didn't he get taller?
10 tutties, 1 turnover, tons of rushing yards, eating the clock.
Yeah, and Tay and Rodgers, they look good in practice. And one thing I'll say about Rodgers is Lazard catching that Hail Mary and him being the guy to catch it, him being a Packer, it just makes Rodgers and his decisions look even better. And yeah, they lost the game, but if he didn't have any Packers on that wide receiving core, that Hail Mary does not get caught. So Tay is just going to be another factor of great chemistry, and it should add instant boost to the Jets offense.
Not to be that guy, because it's cool that Lazard caught it. No one has ever been better at Hail Marys than Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, his arm is so strong that the way he can throw it, it comes down. Like, a lot of these dudes, it's on like a straight line-ish. It's on it's like on a rope kind of. Yeah. And the way he does it, it's like a pop fly.
Sure.
Like, it's that much different than anyone that I've ever seen do it otherwise. And he's been throwing them for over 15 years.
He's the only one to do it successfully.
Yeah, he's got a certain way that he actually like draws it up. They practice it, and the receivers are like trained to do a certain thing, which is why I think Lazard happened to be the guy.
I don't know if it's about that receiver part. That I don't know enough to say.
Maybe a little bit,
but I'm going to tell you, it's the trajectory.
Yeah,
his looks different.
He knows what part of the field he's on. He knows exactly what yard line to throw it to. He knows when to release it, when the receivers are going to be there. It's wild that they keep doing that over and over again.
And with his teams, they're like, well, we could try to kick it from 60-plus yards for only 3 points. Or, Aaron, what was that, his 4th Hail Mary touchdown in his career? Like, he's that guy when it comes to that thing.
And shame on any team that lets him sit back there. Like, look, you are better off sending an extra rusher because wherever his receivers are expecting that ball to go on that Hail Mary is where it's going to go. And as a defense, it's too high of a risk.
It's a pretty low percent for everyone except for him.
Yeah. It's wild how it's wild that he's like 60% in his whole career and everyone else is like 4%. Like somebody gets 1 in their whole career, and it's a big deal. and he's like putting his team in position to do it every single time.
And it's not even like the defining thing of people. Like for a long time, the guy that was the Hail Mary guy was Doug Flutie. That was his thing. And then he hits one.
He did it once.
Yeah. And then he hits one drop kick for the last play of his career. And now he's the drop kick guy. Like, it's not even the biggest deal.
Yeah, I was watching that game with a diehard Packers fan. I was back home and I was watching that game. And the first thing he says is during the plays, he's like, wow, they're going to give him that much time to throw this. And he launches it. And then it's kind of felt guaranteed. Like we knew it was going to happen. And that was a great Hail Mary. They were down 2 scores at that time, and they got the ball out of halftime.
And still lost.
Yes, they still lost the game.
2 field goals were a difference.
When we get back from the break, it's our Isham Dental soundbite of the day. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. And yo, we take it to
It's the Isham Dental soundbite of the day, 505-881-0422, or go to ishamdentalabq.com. Get that exclusive offer online, a free exam and x-rays when you sign up there. Have the fingers that have been in my mouth in your mouth. Get those premier dentures. Everything that's going on there, Scott will handle. Also, I went by Sprouts today, man, to pick up a donation for the Boys and Girls Club. As you are aware, and I think a lot of the friends of the show are, I'm so fortunate to be able to help the Boys and Girls Club in Mexico and their fundraising endeavors. So we're going to be tomorrow at the Duke City Marathon, and they have like this health fair over at Civic Plaza. It's going to be a whole fun, stupid, fun thing. And I go to get a donation of fruits, right? I need apples and bananas for the runners, man.
Naturally. Can't be cramping up.
So the manager of the Sprouts is Chelsea, friend of the show, Chelsea, who's helped her with a bunch of stuff. And I go in and I guess I had not seen her in some time. And she was like, "That's the best girl I ever saw." She's like, "You're looking strong." And I was like, "You need to call my friend Scott Isham over at Isham Dental."
Nice.
Get a look at this. It's our Isham Dental soundbite of the day.
3, Fry, deep drive, left field. Fry's watching. It is a walk-off home run.
David Fry lights up the Cleveland night.
That was it last night for the Cleveland Commanders as they in extra innings beat the Yankees, who almost looked destined to sweep after they sent it to extra innings to go 3-0. And by the way, the Yankees are up 3-1 right now. Not a better moment in professional sport than walk-off playoff baseball.
You beat me to it. Those are the words that were about to come out of my mouth. That is the best moment in all of sports. Walk-off home runs in the playoffs, especially at home, especially against a team like the Yankees.
Yep.
Yo.
He threw his bat to the ground the way that a hobo Hank would throw his stick and wrap bonnet onto a train as he's riding the rails. It was as cool of a moment as you could have seen in postseason baseball. Fry did that thing, and that's why this game tonight has a possibility for the Cleveland Commanders to tie this thing up at 2 apiece. I'm not projecting that, but excellent moment for Cleveland fam.
Oh, in the 100 percentile. He gets to be part of Cleveland lore forever now. Like, this is his moment. Whether he turns out to be a superstar, an all-star, a decades-long regular in the major leagues, he could get hurt and retire next year.
Yeah.
He is a legend in Cleveland forever.
Ever.
He'll never pay for a meal, never pay for a drink, never pay for a stogie, like forever.
And I completely, the moment, even for someone who's not big on baseball, was awesome to see that. But I know how big you guys are on the home runs being the most exciting moment in sports.
We're objective members of the press. This is all truthful.
The crack of the bat being the best sound. But I do think the Steph shot in the Olympics, maybe first, but this could be second, right? A walk-off in baseball playoffs could be second. But that Steph shot in the Olympics, for me, was the greatest sports moment.
Well, we're talking about the greatest sports moment in general. If you're talking like three-pointer in the playoffs as the buzzer sounds.
The Wasco, obviously.
That's cool. Like, Steph Curry's like 3 3-pointers in a row in the Olympics, heat check circus shot. That's not a thing that happens a lot.
Reggie Miller, 11 points in 30 seconds. Like, that stuff I get.
Yeah,
those
are one single solitary moment.
What this is, is postseason home run. And I'm going to say this because I'm old man slow, and I'm going to be that guy. Everything in baseball is ruined with replay. There's no replay of a walk-off home run.
Sure.
That no-doubter thing is the emotion you feel in that moment. That is Cleveland Commanders fan losing their stuff. that is New York Yankee Doodle fan losing their stuff to the negative. That is why it is so special. There's no, oh man, let's make sure he touched the bag. Let's make sure the ball didn't hit the ground. Let's make sure that tag, bang bang. No, it is what sport is supposed to be, which is emotion, which is also, by the way, get rid of replay. Replay is for losers.
Hard disagree. Replay is so important. Getting the call right every time. I get what you're saying. It ruins the moment.
Yep.
A big play, touchdown or whatever, and they have to review it. The touchdown still exists. Like if they didn't get just like being in the moment, like having to stop that moment and look at the clock or look at the play and blah blah blah.
The only thing that matters.
But getting it right is way more important. The correct team winning the game. That's way more important than the moment.
What matters is whenever they tippy-toe it to the sideline and bring it in, and that referee comes running up and he does that deal where he does his two fists together like he's plugging in the wire from the clock tower to the DeLorean right before the lightning strikes, and he puts him and then he pumps him up and down for a catch. That's the moment.
I thought you were referring to the replays. Like, I hope you're not. Like right after the play, and they show you it happening again. In baseball, the reason I think that has to stay because in baseball, what they'll do is they'll take the commentator mic off. Like they'll turn down the commentator mic and just let you hear the sound of the bat, just let you hear the crowd reaction.
I'm talking about official replays,
the officials
that change the game.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm not talking about
the highlights. Yeah,
showing
not highlights.
Okay, I bet you meant like after a home run, then show the replay of that. I'm like, no, don't get rid of that.
I completely get what Fred's saying about ruining the moment or watering down the moment by having to stop and check it. But I think it's way more important to get it right. And in the future, there's not going to be zebras everywhere.
But if it's a home run,
it's just going to be robots
no-brainer.
And one guy on a mic telling you what happened.
It's gone. Yeah. That's it. That's
okay,
the moment.
Okay, I understand now. I'm saying if it's a home run, I'm like, of course it's a no doubter. I want to re-see it. Like I want to hear the bat. I want to see.
No, not television replay, official replay. You're making me so mad.
Yeah. Well, now I understand. I get your drift now.
Also, thank you for being the voice of the friend of the show because I thought they understood too. And there might have been somebody driving around in their vehicle on their way to SafeHouse, and they were going, "Dude, Fred hates the replay from the pitcher's mound."
Dude, what if I had to sneeze and I looked away for a second?
Man.
I want to see a replay.
Yeah.
Not that replay, bro.
Also, I don't know how many cameras you need on the batter. Like you need a camera on I want a camera on Aaron Bleepin Boone, who's done this to others. I want to see his reaction when it's done to him.
Yeah.
Like give me that. I don't even want to watch the ball land. I want to watch Fry the whole time. Like, give me that.
Give me all the angles.
Let's
use all of our technology. I don't need umpires. I don't need referees. I don't need line judges. We have the technology to get rid of all that right now and get it right every time and get the call right in real time. No stopping to check it.
No, I hate that.
We got a guy in a booth with 1,000 televisions. He can get the right call within seconds, relay it to somebody, and there is no replay.
And the guy's name is Al, but it's actually AI. Because I don't even want a human being doing it. I want a computer overlord.
No. That's next thing you know, we got T2000s everywhere. That's how it starts.
If they're T2000s playing baseball, it's gonna be the best game you ever saw.
AI is a tool, not our overlord. Don't give them the power. Also, in the future, hey, AI overlord, I'm sorry, I overreacted. Like, I didn't mean it. Like I had a couple drinks at SafeHouse. Like, that's not my real opinion.
I didn't mean
you are my overlord. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, you're so smart and handsome.
Yeah,
like
that Elon robot
right every time. AI.
That robot's pretty creepy. You guys see the video of it?
Like, are you talking about that iRobot?
Yeah, it's the way it's conversing with people.
I hate that thing.
It's even hesitating a little bit.
You know, there was only one real one there, and then everyone else was dressed up like the robot.
Like that,
those were all human beings walking around.
That's true.
There was only actually one functioning AI robot, and everyone else were hired actors in robot costumes.
That's real. What you just said is real?
Yeah.
Also,
well, hopefully the one I saw was fake because it was terrifying.
Also, hear me out. How you just rip off the movie iRobot? Like, it looks so damn similar.
Everything about it. Even his taxis look exactly like iRobot.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, do you have?
What you call Illuminati.
Your creativity is so limited.
Yeah.
Like do anything.
That's because there's a plan. That's why. New World Order, Illuminati. Come on, Fred.
Whoa, Zay.
What are you doing?
Disclaimer: nothing I'm saying is true.
Zay
Don't
smoked
take it
weed for the
seriously.
first
Whoever's
time last
listening.
weekend.
Is that
and,
true,
like,
Isaiah?
He,
Is that true?
he immediately like.
You
Here
back
we
in
go.
Chicago? Is that what happened?
Immediately started
No.
talking about the Illuminati and aliens and lizard people. Like,
No, it's not true.
You remember Ed 209? I mean, that's what it's going to end up being.
I don't remember who the 209th Ed was.
That's the evil robot from RoboCop.
Oh,
Gosh,
no.
shut up the boardroom.
Oh, man.
Peter Weller in RoboCop, very good. Kurtwood Smith, even better. It's 2 Men On live from SafeHouse Distilling, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Back to 2 Men on the Sports Animal. I got a stat to end the day. The New York Mets did not strike out once today. That's a real stat.
That's nuts.
Why did that happen?
Oh my God! In this era of baseball,
yeah,
you didn't strike. You got 27 outs. You didn't get one of them by way of strikeout?
How is it possible for them to learn the power of not staring at middle fastballs? How did they do that? What happens when you don't do that? Oh, you get 12 runs?
You mean the guy on the mound, Jack Flaherty, who had 194 strikeouts this year, couldn't get anybody?
You mean the team that went up there and took the bat off their shoulder, produced a dozen runs? Pretty good.
That is bonkers.
Now,
hey.
Yep.
You made that prop bet today. Congratulations
Way
on
to
your
go.
new yacht.
Yeah.
Because, I couldn't imagine the odds of a full baseball game without a single strikeout in 2024.
Make this bet tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, Three Fingers McGinty of the Cleveland Spiders never did that.
I'm predicting it on air. The Mets are not going to walk anyone tomorrow. I guess that game's Sunday. Sunday, they're not going to walk anyone.
My mind is blown.
Isaiah back at the studio. Good luck on your broadcast tomorrow. Don't suck.
Will not suck.
Oh, good idea.
Van, final words.
Too much for the time allotted, my friend. You have fun out there.
Yeah.
Friend of the show this weekend. Be safe with your friends and family. And wake up first thing tomorrow, Monday morning. And
tomorrow morning.
Say what? Well, wake up every day.
Fill in the holes
wake up
tomorrow,
Monday morning.
Going over tomorrow.
Oh, you guys already
8
watched
and
Fill in the
9.
Holes. You're already listening to
5.
Fill in the Holes on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, and everything.
Yes. Tailgate Talk 3 to 5 tomorrow before Georgia.
Before Georgia?
Good job, everyone.
Yes.
Keep breathing.
See you on Monday, Burke.